Alright, hello guys, welcome back to Disc 48, where I'm here with a Banlist Wishlist. This is not, like, anything I think that will be, happen. I think that there are some of these that I think have validity to them, and there are some that I think have, no, reasoning whatsoever for. Like, when I turn the opacity up in editing, you'll kind of see, you'll be able to spot which ones are serious and which ones are kind of silly, but, yeah, so let's go ahead and get on into this, which, hello, I am wearing a bird on my head. So, to start off, ABC Dragon Buster I think should be unlimited. I totally think this and Totally Awesome should not have been banned like they were. I think that them getting hit so early in, before people really got to play them in Master Rule 4, or Master Rule 5, I think. I can't remember the numbers, but I think hitting them before people had the chance to really play the decks under the new Master Rules was kind of a bad idea. I think that people were super excited, and I've talked about this before, so I think that they should come unlimited. So, Astrograph Sorcerer I think can become limited. As much as I love Pendulum Magicians, I don't think they're doing a whole lot. I don't know if Astrograph will add a whole lot to it, so there's always a chance that it might, boost the deck and make it rogue at bare minimum or at maximum, but I don't think adding Astrograph will make the deck like broken or anything. The two Burning Abyss cards, Seer and Graph, unlimited. Burning Abyss isn't doing a whole lot. With the new Phantom Knight support, maybe PK Fire does some stuff, but I think adding Seer and Graph back to unlimited won't do a whole lot, so I think they can come unlimited. Dino Wrestler Pankratops I think can come to semi-limited. Honestly, like, I think with the current meta, bringing it back to semi-limited won't do a whole lot. Like, I don't think Pankratops was really, like, I don't think it being limited was super necessary. It's a very good card, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it was worth limiting. But I think it should become unlimited on the next one. That's just kind of me. Graceful Charity. I want this to become limited because I want to build a good Danger Dark World deck, and I think Graceful Charity to limited would be so much fun because Danger Dark World. I have to hold everything super high. Also, the camera's angled super weirdly here, so I haven't gotten used to it yet. But Graceful Charity would boost Danger Fabled, Danger Dark World, like any sort of deck that has like discard effects. Graceful Charity would be so much fun, and like Shadal, like I think Graceful Charity would be so much fun. And honestly, like if you put it at 1, everyone will be running it in theory, so I don't think it would break anything, but it probably will. Someone would find a degenerate strategy or something, but I just think it would be so much fun to have it limited, even like just for a format, like to just have it back. Okay, so Electromite to limited, again, I'm a Pendulum Magician player. I want this. We're getting a bunch of Heavy Metal Foes support. One of them is like a new Electromite. I don't think it's as good. I don't think it'll be as good as Electromite, but we'll kind of have to see about that. We'll have to see how like Pendulum Magician decks or Pendulum decks in general kind of shape around the new one. But I think that with the new support, kind of like Rusty Bardiche, they're going to bring Electromite off. And honestly, I don't think like with Astrograph, if Electromite comes off, I don't think Pendulums will get broken or start like breaking the game or anything. Like I think they'll come up to Rogue, but I don't think that they'll be like shattering the meta or anything. But we'll kind of have to see what happens. So Infernity Archfiend to semi-limited. Honestly, you can semi-limit this or unlimited. Infernity Infernity with just bringing back Archfiend isn't going to do a whole lot, but I think that it would be fun to kind of have them back. You could do a bunch of fun stuff with them in Crystron Halqifibrax, which I don't think is going to get hit on the ban list. At most, it's going to be limited. It will not get banned, and then limiting it won't do anything because no one runs more than one copy in their deck. I haven't seen any decks that do though, but I think Infernity Archfiend can come to semi-limited or unlimited. Infernities I don't think are even going to hit Rogue. And they got recent support, and the support so far has done nothing for them. So I think you can bring Archfiend back, and you could probably bring Launcher back, and you won't do anything. But I think at the very least, in front of the Archfiend should come to semi-limited. Max C, I think could go limited. Here's the thing. I think Max C, if it comes off the ban list, will either be limited or unlimited, and it will not be semi-limited. And that's just kind of like a feeling I have. I have no like basis for that, but I think it can come off. The format is so combo heavy that if you bring it back, you put like a little bit of fear into your opponent. People are special summoning so much. Like we've seen Dragon Link, Virtual World, Infernoble Knight. Like these decks are just kind of like running rampant, and throwing Max C in there to kind of give them some sort of like balance. I think that would be a pretty good idea. So I think it can come off and come to limited, but that's just me. But I think if it comes off, it'll be limited or unlimited, and I think it'll be one of those two, or it just won't come off the ban list. Oh man, I had everything on Discord. Yep. Okay. Misk banned. Like dinosaurs do so much, and Misk is like a big part of that. Like, if you've read Misk, you know that it just does. It does like so much for the deck, and I think that either banning it or limiting it it won't stop dinosaurs, but it will slow them enough to the point where they're not this huge like threat in the meta. They're not tier 0 by any means, which is nice, but like if you ban or limit Misk, the deck won't be as like broken and unstoppable as it is. But honestly, I don't think that dinosaurs need to get hit necessarily. However, I wanted to put something from the Dino deck in here, and I think that the most like plausible one would be Misk, and I think that if they hit it, banned or limited, but I'm going to put it banned here just to have it in one of the two columns because I can't really put stuff in the middle. So I think Misk to banned would be not bad, and I don't think it would completely ruin dinosaur decks. I think Morphing Jar 100% can come to unlimited. I think, like Graceful Charity, I think it would just be fun. I think that it would be a lot of fun. I think that you could do a bunch of really stupid, fun shenanigans with it. And I don't think it would shatter the game or break the meta if it comes to 3. Like, at most, your discard decks, like Shaddoll, Danger Dark World, Danger Fabled is a deck that I run that would be helped out with Morphing Jar. So, like, those kinds of decks would be helped out with this. And, you know, some graveyard decks would do pretty nicely with it, like Infernoids could see some use out of this, but honestly, if it comes to unlimited or even limited, I don't think anyone would use it. You have to set it, and then you have to have its like flip effect activated and triggered, and I just don't think that's going to come up a whole lot. Like, granted, there may be something like a card out there that I just don't know out of. There's 10,000, so there might be, but I think that Morphing Jar can come off the ban list anywhere, limited, semi-limited, or unlimited, and it won't change a whole lot, but I would say unlimited because I think that would be so much fun. Mystic Mine to limited. I mean, if y'all have seen me, if y'all have ever heard me talk about this card, I think it's just very unhealthy for the game. Anything that like stops your opponent from playing is just, it's not good. Like, it's objectively not good. Like the point of a game is that you have 2 people playing it, and if you have something that stops 50% of the people in the game from playing, the 1 out of the 2, it's just it's not healthy. It's not good. I think it's not great game design. So I think that it should be limited. The only reason I'm not saying banned is because there are ways to out it. Like, you can Cosmic Cyclone the Mystic Mine. You can like Secret Village of the Spellcasters in like an Altergeist deck, you know, prevent your opponent from playing any spell cards before they can throw down, God, I need a haircut, before they can throw down Mystic Mine. Like, there's ways to stop Mystic Mine. It's just once it lands, it's so hard to get rid of. Now, you can ban it, but I think a balance to banning it would be to bring Engage to 1. So I think if you ban Mystic Mine, bring Engage to 1, give Sky Strikers something, and Sky Strikers tier 2 rogue maybe. But I think in the end of the day, Mystic Mine needs to get hit somehow, and I think that semi-limiting it won't do anything. It won't do enough. I think that it needs to be limited, and then if it's banned, bring back Engage. So, Orcust Harp Horror, bring it to limited. Farfa touched on this in his ban list video. I think Orcust fell so hard and so far from the one like outright ban. So I think bringing Harp Horror back to limited wouldn't even place Orcust in like tier 1, tier 2, tier 0 or anything. It would just make it rogue, like probably top tier rogue, granted. But I think that having Harp Horror back would really give Orcust like something to work with, and it would make the deck. It would just at least like from my point of view, add a deck to the list of like meta contending decks and such. So I think Harp Horror can come off the ban list, but only to limited. I don't think we should semi-limit or unlimited, but I think limited is pretty good for it. Smoke Grenade, I think banned. You have Infernoble Knight like destroying your hand before you get to play. And again, like if you have something that stops you from playing, I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's good for the game. I think that it should just be taken out. And again, banned instead of taken out. But Smoke Grenade, ban it. Limiting it won't do anything. Every deck list I've ever seen only runs one copy of it, so I think banning it won't stop Infernoble Knights. Like, it won't completely ruin the deck, but it'll make sure Infernoble Knights can't like stop or prevent their opponent from playing the game, and just kind of again make this so it's a game that two people can play rather than one person gets to play and one person gets to like hold cards in their hand, which in Smoke Grenade's like case, you don't even get to hold the cards in your hand. But I think Smoke Grenade could get banned. Limiting it won't do anything. Semi-limiting it won't do anything. So that's just kind of my stance. Oh man, give me a second. I need to re-look at the name for this thing. It's Teller Knight Ptolemaeus. Yeah. I think this card can can come to limited. I was not playing, like, when I got back into the game, this card was already banned, so I don't know any of the, like, crazy shenanigans with it, but, yeah, I think, like, I just read its effect, and I didn't look into any combos or anything. Like, I just pulled up the card and read its effect, and I think that would be so fun. Like, I think that having that back in the game would make a lot of, like, rank 4 spam decks super fun, and probably bring a couple of them into the game. I don't think it would shatter anything. Like, we already have VFD at unlimited, so like you know, with the meta that we have right now and the cards we have that are limited, semi-limited, unlimited, bringing this Teller Knight card back won't. I don't think it'll ruin anything, but I just think it would be fun, you know. In the comments, feel free to change my mind and tell me like degenerate stuff that happened with it, because again, I wasn't around when this card was like legal, but I just think it would be fun. Thunderdragon Colossus to limited. I had just finished my I had like a Danger Thunderdragon deck, and I just finished it. I got the whole main deck. I was missing one card in the extra deck. It was the Lightsworn Link 3 monster. Dominion, I think. But I just gotten everything. I got 14 cards in my extra deck. I had like 3 Ash, 3 Lancia, and then I think like 2 Effect Veiler as a side deck at the time. And like I was so ready to start bringing it to tournaments. And then the ban list drops, and the person who was my roommate at the time, we immediately pulled up and we're like, oh my god, and it was that ban list. Like, that ban list was huge. And like that was the ban list. I was like Mirage Stalio, Colossus, it was some of the Sky Striker cards, Servant of Endymion, Heavy Metal Foes, Electromite. I know I'm missing things, but like that ban list was massive. and I like immediately had to take the 3 Colossus out of my deck, and my roommate was like, "Do you want to like test it?" And we did, and it just couldn't function nearly as well. But like we've had a lot of cards come out since then, and I think that bringing Colossus back would make Mutant Thunder Dragon so awesome. And I think that bringing Colossus back won't break Thunder Dragons. They won't be nearly as good as they were a year ago. So I think that you can bring Colossus back to limited and it won't change anything. But honestly, I really just want it because I want I want to have my Thunder Dragon deck that's like legal and good and has Colossus. But we'll see what happens. And then, like I've already mentioned it, like if you have a card that stops your opponent from playing the game, I don't think it should be in the game. I think it should be banned. VFD can very much do that. Like we've seen Virtual World summons VFD and then it's just your opponent doesn't play for like 2 turns. And like I haven't seen it, but I've heard some Virtual World decks can get like 2 VFD on the field. That together is 4 turns your opponent can't play. And granted, if you can stop your opponent from playing for 4 turns, but can't like wipe out their life points in those 4 turns, or your opponent doesn't forfeit in those 4 turns, like I don't think you should be running VFD. But tangent aside, I think again, any card that stops your opponent from playing needs to get hit. Missing Mind has a lot of outs to it. The thing about VFD is that it has outs to it. You can kaiju it, but it can activate that during your standby phase before you can like Dark Ruler, before you can kaiju it, before like you can do anything. So I think it needs to be banned. But yeah, this is my ban list. This is more of a wish list than a prediction list. I think all of these have reasoning. Not all of them have valid reasoning. Like I will openly admit, Graceful Charity and Max C, the Teller Knight, Morphing Jar, I think those are very not serious ones, and those can be taken with a grain of salt. But I think everything else on here has some pretty valid reasoning as to why I think it should be banned, limited, whatever. Yeah, that is my wish list. This is a Hoki, which is a type of turkey, by the way. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. We are all set up. I have yet to test out if streaming works, so fingers crossed we can get that up and running. I'll test that out probably like tomorrow night or something, but yeah. The Destroy48 Discord is in the description. Feel free to join that. Come hang out. We on Saturday we are actually doing a roulette deck tournament. So if you join the Discord and ask about that, we can get you the information there. But other than that, follow me on Twitter at Destroy48. In the description are friends of mine and other YouTube channels that I interact with and enjoy and like people I think are really cool, so please check them out in the description, as well as my Twitter is there, which is also on the screen, so follow me. And then the person who made my logo, their commissions are open, so if you want to get your own graphic design stuff, or if you want epic art of stuff, I'll throw some art on the screen here. But if you want to commission them or just check out their art, give them a follow on Instagram, that is also in the description. It's madlee_art. Anyways, I've been rambling on way too long. Thank you guys so much. This is my ban list wish list. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, especially on the joke cards.
Like Graceful Charity, Morphing Jar, Teller Knight, Max C. I want to hear what people think about those, because those are the ones I'm the least serious about. So I kind of want to hear if people agree with me or just think I'm an idiot. But
that is all I have to say. That's all the rambling I can do. Again, let me know what y'all think. I'm Destroy48, and I'll see y'all next time.